Ciao, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This time we are doing 4 Mediterranean diet snack recipes. So I love to snack. It is summertime. I feel like we are busy, we are on the go, and I just wanted to show you 4 really delicious, quick and easy, wholesome snacks. Everything is well balanced and as always in moderation, and I just use such wholesome, real ingredients that are showcased throughout the Mediterranean, not to mention very seasonal ingredients and seasonal inspiration as always, because we are in the summertime. I try to cater to everybody, so you're gonna see some gluten-free options, some dairy-free options, and some neither of those kind of options. But I'll tell you how you can switch out things as always to make them fit your diet, because every diet's incredible, and the Mediterranean diet is about fitting you. This is the modern Mediterranean diet. So it is just a guideline, it is just inspiration, it is just ideas. You take what you want from it and create your own version, because it's gonna work for you. It's gotta work for you. But we have 2 savory, 2 sweet. We have a super high protein, flavorful, packed trail mix. Recipe number 2 is an awesome apricot ginger almond muffin. I think muffins are underrated. This is such a wholesome muffin with that almond flour, some homemade apricot jam. Apricots are underrated, one of my favorite stone fruits for the summertime, and they're so beautiful and cute, and I just love them dearly. So I wanted to highlight them, give a little kick of that ginger, because I feel like we don't see ginger in a lot of recipes, and some delicious crunchy almonds. I love these muffins. It's my go-to muffin recipe, and then the mix-ins can be whatever you want, but I chose almonds, apricots, and that ginger spice. Our third recipe is going to be something a little bit more satisfying, heavy, with some delicious homemade ripple bread drizzled with some green onion and anchovy olive oil on top to bake, and it turns out absolutely crispy but also chewy because it's made with Greek yogurt. And then also made with Greek yogurt is this tzatziki. They pair so well together, such a refreshing thing for a hot summer day. And lastly is the sweet treat of my dreams. It is a banana chocolate chunk oatmeal cookie ice cream sandwich. Oh my goodness. I'm a sucker for banana ice cream. I actually grew up every summer going to get banana custard with my aunt, and it's a near and dear memory. I have lots of memories actually wrapped into some of these recipes. So anyways, this cookie sandwich is unreal. It's just the perfect thing for a hot summer day, and because we all deserve cookies. You're allowed to have a really high protein healthy snack, and you're allowed to have a really delicious sweet cookie, but also very healthy snack, because healthy is relative to moderation, balance, and what feeds the soul, the mind, and the physical body. So that's enough talking, enough ranting. I never shut up, so let me shut up, let me be quiet, and finally get into recipe number 1. For the first Mediterranean diet snack, I wanted to think of something that was savory, that was really easy to take on the go, that could last all day if you're on the go, because let's be real, it's summertime. We are busier than ever. I'm busier than ever right now. And I want something savory that's really high in protein, really good nutrients, that's gonna keep me full, but I could also keep in my car, keep in my bag, or something like that. So I am taking a riff off of trail mix today, starting off with these incredible crispy spiced chickpeas. This is one of my most favorite recipes on my website. These chickpeas, they're so addicting. They are coated with baharat, which is one of my all-time favorite Middle Eastern spices. It kind of is a cheat system for me because I love cumin, coriander, I love cardamom, cinnamon, allspice, like all these spices I love, but sometimes it's easier just to have them all mixed together. And baharat is that just all-encompassing delicious spice mix. So this is a very spicy chickpea recipe. I just love them. They're super crispy because of that avocado oil. It really helps crisp them up. What I do is I drain the chickpeas and then I lay them out on a baking tray and throw them in the oven completely dry, because what that does is dehydrates them a little bit, gets them nice and warm, and kind of breaks them up a little bit. So when you drop those really hot, fresh from the oven chickpeas into that spice oil mixture, it like kind of sizzles and just absorbs so much more of that flavor from the spices. And then the chickpeas are kind of a little bit cracked open, some of them. So they really have all these nooks and crannies to catch that delicious, oily, spicy mixture that they're in. And then you put them back in the oven and they get nice and caramelized and crispy and full of that flavor, and they're just incredible. and olive roasted nuts that I have on my website as well. This is a rip off of the herb nuts from Trader Joe's that I tried to recreate. I like mine better because I use walnuts and I like walnuts better than pecans. You can use whatever your favorite nuts are in that mixture, and it's just a bunch of herbs de Provence, even extra rosemary, even though there's a lot of rosemary in herbs de Provence, olive oil, salt, pepper, and then there's a little bit of honey in both the nuts and the chickpeas, just to like balance out all the different flavors we have going on. I just love savory sweet, but not like honey to make it sweet, just honey to give it a little tiny like, ooh, what's that kind of moment. So we have these delicious spiced nuts full of flavor. So good. And so we're already packed full of protein and substantial nutrients and all that good stuff with both the nut and the chickpea mixture. And then the next to go in, because I'm a veggie lover. I know it's so annoying for some people to be like, you love veggies, but yes, I love vegetables, and you know, I don't want to worry about like my carrots sitting in the car or in my bag or something like that. So dehydrated vegetables are incredible. I'm going in with some carrot chips, but not the little package that goes in the carrot chips. And then also some beet chips. They're no salt added because we have so much salt and oil and flavor. These dehydrated vegetables are gonna absorb so much of the flavor from the chickpeas and the nuts as they sit together. You can even get some like kale chips and throw them in here. I think they even have like dehydrated cauliflower these days. So many options, so crunchy, so satisfying. And you're also getting, you know, you're getting a little veggie in, which I love. Also very high in protein. One of my favorites, Parmesan crisps. You can make these yourself. I didn't feel like it. They do a good job making them themselves. And I just think it adds some cheesy goodness. Parmesan, fun fact, is the highest protein cheese. And I just think it's a great thing to add in here. You do not have to add this. If you want to make this gluten-free and dairy-free, you don't need the Parmesan crisps. But I do recommend some dried fruit. I have some figs and dates. Make sure your fruit is never sweetened with sugar. So I'm just gonna give this a little toss. I'm gonna take a Parmesan crisp, a savory sweet beet, an almond, find me a chickpea, and then a fig. I love figs. Dried figs, underrated. I got dried mission figs. I love them. And then I found a chickpea. My hands are all greasy, but that's okay. I'm already amazed by recipe number 1. You have to try this idea. Seriously, make your own roasted nuts. They don't even have to be herby. So I'm just trying to give you guys this idea of like a savory snacky mix. It's super healthy. Everything's just minimal ingredients. Like this, it's just Parmesan. And this is just a simple olive and simple vegetables, and it's not an ingredient list that's like 300 things long. Yes, it does get kind of long because I'm me and I put like 100 spices and herbs into everything, but I can label every single ingredient in here, and I love this concept, and I hope you do too. So I'm gonna take another bite of this high protein Mediterranean trail mix, and then we're gonna move on to recipe number 2. I have snack number 2 here. They look so beautiful, but also burnt. Caroline, did you get sidetracked doing too many things and accidentally burn one of your recipes? Yeah, I did. But you know what? I think they're still gonna be delicious. Just dusting a little bit of powdered sugar to hide the burntness of them. I tried baking them at a higher temperature. Usually baked goods are baked at 350, but these were actually baked at 395. And so baking them at a higher temperature helped that beautiful muffin dome look. So what even are these, Caroline? These are almond ginger apricot muffins. I think it's a wonderful snack. I love these flavors. I think apricots are one of the most underrated fruits possible during the summertime. I think they're kind of slept on as a summer stone fruit, similar to peaches and nectarines and plums and cherries. Those are all stone fruit because they have a big stone, aka pit, in the middle of them. One of my favorite memories is staying in this Airbnb on the Amalfi Coast in Sorrento, and the Airbnb had an apricot tree, and I remember I went out in the morning in that Airbnb and went to go pick apricots for the tree, and we had it for breakfast with the family that I was staying with and everything. So I love apricots. Apricots are near and dear to my heart. I also think they're just so cute and beautiful and underrated, and so I made a nice apricot jam because they're not super sweet, similar to like a peach or nectarine would be. So I added some honey and then a little bit of lemon juice to help break it down, and ginger, because ginger complements apricots so well. Almond just goes with everything too. And so I made these beautiful, delicious gluten-free muffins, used oat flour and almond flour along with olive oil. Another neutral oil you could use that would probably be even more neutral than olive oil would be avocado oil, but I chose olive oil because I do love that tanginess that it brings. A mix of honey and regular sugar because I want to bring that honey, keep that honey flavor going throughout because we already had it in that jam. And so it turns into this beautiful batter with a little mix in of those slivered almonds. And then I dollop a bit of apricot jam, cooled and completely cooled and refrigerated apricot jam in the middle of the muffins, and then a teeny tiny bit on top and kind of smear that on top. This is a very thick batter. This is not a liquidy muffin batter because that almond flour is so absorbent and kind of absorbs a lot of the liquid in the batter. There's that jam on the inside, and then I put a little bit of jam on the top. Just a little fruity, delicious snack. This is something you would totally see as a snack in the Mediterranean. This jam too, I could eat this like this on toast, on sourdough toast with like ricotta in the morning, or just a little bit of butter. It has a little hint of ginger, and that vanilla also helps sweeten it up that we added once the jam cooled down. The third idea I had for a delicious chow from another day. So I just was not happy with the apricot muffins. There wasn't enough oil in the batter, so I remade the batter, added less dough to the bottom and way more jam in the middle, so they're actually super jammy. It's time to taste test these almond ginger apricot jam muffins. They are not dry at all. They have so much flavor from the ginger and the apricot. This literally needs a mug of tea or some cold brew. The perfect muffin. And they're so simple. You don't even have to add any dairy if you don't want to, any gluten if you don't want to. And they still turn out super moist, super dense, and the perfect, like, nice little crumb. Come on. Like, oh. And I love the crunch of the almonds. It's the perfect addition. And that chunky apricot jam with a little kick of ginger. I need some coffee right now. These are just so good. You can use any jam you like. Seriously, any jam you have in your fridge, raspberry, strawberry, cherry jam. Like, 'tis the season of so much fruit. You could use peaches instead of apricots, nectarines, plums. It is summertime. It is fruit season to the max. Seriously, try a different version of this. I dare you. Try a different version of this apricot jam muffin because you're gonna love it. Because I love it. So let's go back in time and move on to the next recipe. The third idea I had for a delicious Mediterranean diet snack is more of a, like, I don't want to say heavy, but it's a more fulfilling one for sure, and very refreshing. So I have one of my favorite dips ever, especially during the summertime. This is tzatziki. I made mine extra cucumbery, and I also threw in mint instead of dill. Dill is the more traditional herb to use in tzatziki. I just really love mint. I think it goes super well. It's one of my favorite herbs, and you just want something cool and refreshing, especially on today when it's literally 100 degrees outside. So this dip is exactly that, and it's packed full of protein from that Greek yogurt, and you get, you know, the refreshing nutrients and all that good stuff also from the cucumber, and it's cool and it's just delicious. Now, if you are dairy free, totally recommend coconut yogurt, plain coconut yogurt. That's always going to be like kind of my recommendation to sub out yogurt. And then, oh, it's still pretty hot. I've burned my hand on a cast iron, so I always get a little hesitant to touch the cast iron, but I have a amazing ripple bread here. Justine Snacks, shout out to her. She totally inspired me to make this bread. Look at that beautiful golden brown bottom. It is so easy, just flour, Greek yogurt, baking powder, salt, and ice water. You don't need to put any yeast in this. You don't need it to rise. You do let it sit for 10 minutes because you work that gluten and you just wanted to let it relax before you roll it out super thin. Ripple it, kind of just like layer it in the pan and brush on whatever oil you want. I made a super quick and easy scallion anchovy oil, literally 3 ingredients. Could have thrown garlic in there, could have thrown some maybe Dijon mustard, could have thrown, you know, maybe some cilantro, parsley. Like, I just wanted to keep this maybe oniony and salty because I knew I had something refreshing and bright and zingy going with it. I use this oil. You can use literally any oil you want. You can make so many variations of this bread. I'm just cutting myself a little slice of it. Oh, a little bit crunchy on the outside, and on top it gets crunchy, and then it's super fluffy, and not to mention so packed full of protein. That looks incredible. I'm gonna cut another slice. Such a delicious and quick and easy bread. And then you can even kind of like dehydrate these slices maybe and make kind of chips. I can't wait, I wanna try it. I love it. Ooh, it's so good. Also, you can just make some homemade pita chips or naan chips to go with the tzatziki, and then you could also just dip regular vegetables in it, kind of use it like a crudité dip. I'm not an excellent baker, so I don't think I can make bread, but it turns out I can. And it turned out absolutely chewy and soft, and you would never know. It was such an easy dough to make and came together so quickly. This is such a winner. I'm so excited to try this recipe in so many different ways, similar to how I do like the no knead focaccia, because bread is a snack. Especially in the Mediterranean, bread is like an essential food. In America, it is like demonized. In the Mediterranean, bread is just absolutely what we need to get through our day. For the moment of truth, it is time to taste this incredible, high protein, delicious ripple bread with scallion anchovy oil and a little bit of the most refreshing zingy tzatziki right on top. I might be making this bread every single week. Like, this bread, you have to make it. You have to make this bread, especially if you're not gluten-free. If you are gluten-free, probably gluten-free all-purpose flour would work the same, I want to assume, because we have such like good, you know, all-purpose flours that are gluten-free on the market these days. But the yogurt is so cooling and refreshing. The bread is delicious and so easy, so simple, such minimal ingredients, which is what the Mediterranean diet is. It's these minimal ingredients that all shine. I can taste the mint, the cucumber, the olive oil, the scallions, the anchovies, the bread. I can taste it all. Everything speaks for itself because it's that delicious. All right, let's get this oniony taste out of my mouth with snack number 4. So in true Caroline fashion, in true modern Mediterranean living, in true everything, I saved the best recipe for last, which is cookies. Banana chocolate chunk oatmeal cookies. You deserve a cookie as a snack. Yes, there's, you know, your blood sugar levels and eating something so sweet and having a spike and crashing down 100%. There's that. And that's a topic there is to talk about, of eating too high of sugary things. But for the love of Pete, eat a cookie as a snack. And I'm not preaching to the people that have, you know, very serious health conditions, and if you can't have a ton of sugar, I completely understand that. And I'm not trying to say, you know, spike your blood sugar or any of that. I'm just trying to say you deserve a cookie. That's what I'm trying to say. And these cookies are gooey and almost fluffy yet chewy. They kind of remind me of muffin tops. I love banana bread. I will never ever get sick of banana bread. And then this is making kind of like a decadent version of banana bread and an easy to eat version of banana bread. Even more incredible because it is summertime and I wanted to go all out. I decided to make some banana ice cream with vanilla protein powder. So we're getting some protein in, you know, so banana protein ice cream, AKA nice cream. It's one of my favorite things ever. Make fun of me. I know it's kind of crazy to make nice cream. If you don't like bananas, you're just gonna wanna skip over this whole recipe. So it's just a little bit of oat milk or almond milk or your favorite milk, even regular milk because it adds even more protein. And I'm just scooping a little bit out, and then I'm gonna throw it onto a frozen cookie. Ah! Oh, this brings me so much joy. Give it a little sandwich. Oh, baby. You guys, I'm so excited for this. Wait, okay, so I don't think you understand. Like, I create all these recipes up in my head, okay? A lot of them, at least, for the most part. And then when I make them and they turn out this incredible, I just get so excited. So I'm sorry I'm acting like a little kid on camera right now, but this just makes me so happy. Look how good this looks. Moment of truth. I already know these cookies are phenomenal. This cookie, when it's frozen, it's not like rock hard. It's like actually kind of like chewy and fudgy because the cookie is so soft when it's not frozen. Like, I didn't realize how perfect these cookies would be frozen. Going back in the freezer before they melt, but oh my gosh. All right, I have no more words. I think I delivered 4 incredible Mediterranean diet snacks that I want you to try out. Please let me know which snack you are most excited to try. Let me know if you also have any questions in the comments, anything you'd love to see from me, any ideas, any questions, any recipe things you've been thinking of, any ingredients. I don't know, just talk to me in the comments below. I'm always talking to you guys. I always love hearing from you. Love reading your comments. I know I say it all the time that it makes my day. It brings me so much joy and encouragement and everything, but you have no idea how much reading your comments just fills me. just absolutely fills me, almost could bring me to tears. Thank you for your support. Just thank you so much. I really wanted to showcase 4 Mediterranean diet snacks that made sure that you don't feel guilty for snacking. 1, snacks are awesome. Snacks are great for us. The Mediterranean people love to snack. 2, carbs are not the enemy. White flour is not the enemy. Sugar is not the enemy. No food is the enemy. All food is good food. We love food, and you just have to eat everything in moderation and balanced. I've talked enough. Hopefully you enjoyed this recipe video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, because of course, as always, coming out with so much Mediterranean diet videos, but soon, very soon, much more of the Mediterranean lifestyle will be showcased here on my YouTube channel, just starting out strong with the Mediterranean diet because everybody loves food, right? So anyway, subscribe, like, thank you so much. Like I said, comment, and until next time, I hope you create a very, very zestful day. Ciao.